Cool Banes won the die roll. Definitely want to play it first in my aggro deck. I'm gonna have to mold this. Hey, here's Mike. Mike from Mana Block, who's playing a sealed. Sorry, we'll adjust that. Little Mana Bluff action going on. I'm gonna mold this. 5's too late for this deck. I don't even have my other color, and there's just like nothing going on. Pains me to do so. This is way better. Nope, we'll keep it. Get our Sun Guide out. Probably Stratus Walk it right away and just try to start beating in. Black-white something? Get a turn 4 Emissary down? Not worried. Playing against... Excuse me, Mike. I need to pay attention. Playing against black means I'm not exactly excited to get a Stratus Walk on and just start beating down, because this guy can totally just get wrecked. But at the same time, I got no other play for the turn, so that's what I'm going to do. Just be the aggressor here. I kind of win the race based on this 3-1. I'm not too worried about the damage, though. I'm more just worried about this clearly like opens me up to a 2-for-1. But if my opponent's using removal on the Sun Guide, it's not the end of the world. It's more just, I guess it's like a 1.5-for-1. Well, that's good. That's what I want to see. Use that to get your mana for your phase. Because then I get to play out this Emissary next turn. That's not going to do a whole lot, my friend. Cool, so we'll bash in for 2, get our Emissary down. The opponent does get to gain some life. But just 1. Still think we're winning this race. Still in the same danger zone of removal taking out one of my guys, but now the Emissary is probably going to take it more than anything else. Ooh, that's a pretty nice combination there. My opponent's holding back D, which right now we're okay with. Aqueous Form, we put on the Emissary. Play our Traveling Philosopher, leave up Mortal's Ardor. Just keep bashing in before my opponent has any time. Yeah, I think that's the game plan. Because I want to be able to attack in with this guy every turn. Doesn't really matter right now. I think I'm just going to dig for a land. Which we'll put right on top. That'll get us our supply line cranes next turn. And then, yeah, I'll be happy. Opponent gets to draw 2 cards a turn and gain some life. That is scary. I'll try to make it so that my opponent is dead before too soon. That's going to be hard. It's going to at least be 3 turns. Do I want to block? No, because my life total isn't what I care about right now. It's about racing, and so I get to attack in, tap down the ram. I assume my opponent's playing another creature, but right now at least I can be attacking with the Philosopher. Let's see what my opponent has. Ooh, Feast of Dream. Destroy target enchanted creature or enchantment creature. So this is not the right guy that I need. I love that card. Remember how late that was going in the early draft? That was crazy. Alright, so my opponent really is going grindy here. That means the Philosopher can start blocking the Swift Claw. Would not mind that. Do I want to get in 3 damage now? I'm not really worried about a Pharika's Cure taking out the Sun Guide anymore. That probably would have been played already. I think I'm just going to put it on the supply line cranes on its own. The +1/+1 counter, I don't know if I mentioned that's what I was thinking about. That's what I'm thinking about. I will trade off the Philosopher next turn with the Swift Claw if I'm given the opportunity. And then I do want to put the +1 counter on the Crane, just because that's a way for it to be out of Lash of the Whip zone. It's still going to get a Sip of Hemlock or the other uncommon destroy target creature. I forget what it's called, but it's in the Journey to the Next set. 6 mana destroy creature. But it keeps it most alive right now. Alright, my opponent digging for some kind of answer. Maybe digging for another land to get the 6th mana to do a removal spell. I'm not feeling very confident. My opponent has 5 cards in hand. And I'm not exactly winning an insane race here. My opponent can gain 3 life a turn. And negate a lot of the life that I have. I mean, my board state's okay. If I rip some good spells instead of a bunch of lands, could be okay. Opponent's holding back. That's nice. I like that. I wonder if that means there's no combat trick in hand. Because I probably would have attacked with the Swift Claw. There's no way... Oh, I definitely would have attacked with the Swift Claw. For sure. Oh, yeah. Because of that. If I was going to block supply line trades, yeah. I like having the Cloak Siren. No point to bash in with both. And we'll just keep our mana open for our Cloak Siren and our Mortal's Ardor. We'll get an activation here. Grindy, grindy, grind. Oi. Oi. Exile target tapped creature. Well, that's a bummer. This is where the card advantage is really getting me. As anticipated. If I wasn't able to kill my opponent quick enough, that was going to go down. Play our Cloak Siren. Double Strike. Indestructible. That will be good. But we'll have to save it for more important times, such as like against the removal spells that we'd have before. Excoriate it won't work against, but against the 2 Feast of Dreams, right? Those are Destroy? Yeah. Alright, so we're really not winning any kind of damage thing here. I'm doing 1 point a turn because my opponent gains, a bunch of life. But I might be able to put some pressure on my opponent in the near future. Ooh, big boy? What kind of big boy you got? An Ashen Rider. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I was able to get this game under control in any way, shape, or form. Pretty sure we're going down. Well, now, isn't that aggressive? I think I just have to do a block and a Ajani's Presence here. At least get something off the table. Likewise, I can go ahead and do a Traveling Philosopher, pump twice. Because the Scholar is a win condition. I don't think it really matters. To be honest, sadly. Definitely an argument to just go ahead and not show my combat tricks. But I don't know my deck well enough because I don't know the cards well enough to remember them. But there might be outs. Dreamfinder's okay. I'll get back the Emissary. Is that right? Or do I want something else? I think the Emissary is the only way I can be bashing through. I can bestow it if I'm lucky. Oh, I need like 2 more lands. I think it's the only way I win, though. I'm not winning a race in any other way. So the Emissary, if I can bestow it, is going to be big enough for me to, bash through like a 5/5 or something. Probably be dead by then. But that's my out at the moment. Of course I'm not attacking. Gotta say, Nyx Fleece Ram is a good target for Oracle's Insight. Also have to say, not too sure I would be splashing for Oracle's Insight. I do have some good sideboarding against such cards. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. God, my opponent could be draining for 3 a turn. But my opponent's probably going to have spells all the time, so that won't even matter. Saw an Asphyxiate now. Lots of good removal. 2 Feast and Asphyxiate. Gotta love that. I'm going to block. Ooh, and a Doomwake Giant. Goodbye. I'm going to play this out just because my opponent knows about it, and there's no hope of me getting it to bestow. And I'm pretty close to conceding here. Don't you all worry, we'll get to some action soon after sideboarding. But I don't like to concede prematurely. Never ever. But I'm pretty much dead on board, right? I take 5 for sure. I'm not going to chump block the Doomwake Giant, which means I'm taking 9 down to 3, and then a Scholar just gets it. Oh, wow. Wowzers, wowzers, wowzer. I'm seeing a lot of my opponent's deck, which is like such a mini upside right now. Because my opponent wants to kind of show off and go off. I actually think my deck is fairly situated against this. It's not great against Feast of Dreams because Herald of Torment too? Wow. Dang. Okay. Well, I'm losing. That is happening. I'm not going to show the Mortal's Ardor because there's no point. Ouch. Our victory totally earned that game. Option. Kind of an option, but if I'm playing a null, it's kind of do the same thing as Gainsay for what the point of Gainsay would do. Definitely an option, considering the super heavy power hitters we saw. Also an option. Alright, our enchantments get pretty weak considering it opens, when I enchant things, it opens up stuff for our dudes to get pretty nasty. I'm going to go ahead and do a 9-8 split. It makes this Vanguard harder to cast, but I think it's worth it because Curse is going to be so key in trying to get rid of some of those really big dudes we saw. A null, I definitely want one of these in. I don't know if I want both in. I'm going to pull out one of the enchantments. It's going to be in an aqueous form. Again, what I was saying is because if I enchant this on, if I enchant my creatures, which is kind of my game plan with these heroic dudes, it opens it up to that removal spell. Because it's either enchantment creature or enchanted creature, so that's scary. And I only have Ajani's Presence to protect it. Do I want the counter or the revoke? I think revoke may want. Oh wait, I did this backwards. People, pay attention. That's what I want to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Okay. Cool. I'm doing revoke. Mainly because I don't want to have to be holding up a null early on, and it's going to be kind of like game anyway, but I just like, even though this is a sorcery spell, my deck doesn't want to be holding up that much mana. All I have is the Cloak Siren to kind of combo with it, so I'm going to keep it to the white and to at least a card that I know I can exile. So yeah, we'll do that. Definitely want to play first again. This is okay. We have this chosen to hopefully dig for an island. This Phalanx formation will be good. Not an insane hand, but I don't think we can mulligan this. Here's going to be the classic example where it's going to be so easy to get 2 for 1. Have the Fortifier on, and then put the Chosen on it, and then it can get the What is it, Nyxborn Infusion? I gotta remember the names of these cards when I explain what the hell I'm thinking about to people. What card are you called? Okay, and the game has begun. Fortifier. Get there. Travis Amulet. We saw that last game. Minorly scary. I'm not going to play the Chosen because I have the Warming Siren and I don't want to get blown out. So, and by blow I mean again by casting the Chosen and then having that, my friend who has 2 of those amazing removal spells, Eater. Although at least it has to be an enchanted creature, so I would draw the card at the very least, which is nice. And right now I'm just happy to curve out. Opponent went and grabbed the splash color and did nothing. I'll go ahead and leave up my counter magic while I bash in. Opponent probably anticipating the Cloak Siren. Alright. That I can deal with. Oh, shoot! Ugh. Sorry, guys. I know everyone's slamming at the screens right now. That's so annoying. This Cloak Siren should totally be on the ground right now. Well, I'm still going to go ahead and do a Chosen here, now that I have sort of like a minor opening about it. And then I might just keep this Phalanx formation open in order to... No, that's going to be horrible. Oh, I'm just so annoyed. Minorly tilted. I can do a huge bash right now, which will do 6 points of damage with this Phalanx formation. Oh man, this would be so much better if I actually played my card correctly. Anyway, made a mistake. I'm not going to waste the Phalanx formation because I do have this Cloak Siren later that I can do the same kind of double strike damage. I might get a bigger blowout. If my opponent doesn't have the removal spell for Warming Siren, I'm still in really good shape. My opponent can attack me for 3. That's fine. Exile target tapped creature. Wah, wah, wah. Oh, hey, look. More land. Alright, my opponent should be at 7 right now, because I should have attacked with a Cloak Siren twice now. I could block and prevent all damage, but I'm actually going to remember to use my Cloaked Siren, or to cast it, rather, and pray it doesn't get removed. Yes, Insatiable Harpy. Go for it. Alright, how to salvage this? How to salvage this? Ooh, Curse is good. So I can go ahead and make both of these guys 2/2s, which I'm definitely going to do. So that I can attack in for 3. I like that. I also get to leave up the Phalanx formation, which doesn't do a whole lot at the moment, but it does enough, I'd say. I can get greedy and wait, but I want my opponent to start getting the Insatiable Harpy on, and I do want to be the aggressor here. Cool beans. So if I attack with both, do I like that? No. Because I really want it to be kind of like a mini blowout. Get it 6 damage through if I can. It's a little bit greedy. My opponent has shown plenty of removal, but the Excoriate's out. Hopefully the Asphyxiate and other types cards are the only other ones we're planning on seeing in the near future. My opponent has to have a follow-up play, otherwise his attack makes no sense. Extinguish all hope. Well, I'm glad these boar creatures are not enchantments. And a Pharika's chosen. Well, how about that? Hey, I got a traveling philosopher. Yippee! Great merchant. That'll do, I guess. Attack in? Yes, you do. Normally, I would just trade off Pharika's Chosen right now. In order to just get rid of that guy, which has to be gotten rid of at some point. But since that was my only creature at the time, like, that might be all eggs in my basket. Like, if I draw one of my draw enchantment spells, it's the only way I can get it. Right now, we might be able to make this Skyguard worth something. Attacking in for 3, 2-turn clock. Maybe it is time I just block with the Traveling Philosopher, do the formation to get a counter on my dude. Get myself an extra turn. Could go for like a double block. Yeah, I think we're going to go for a double block and give everyone double strike and try to get there. I have to play kind of risky if I'm planning on coming back from this. Oh, that worked. That's kind of nice. If my opponent's out of gas, then I'm in good shape. Not great shape, but okay shape. But I'm kind of worried. My opponent has a lot of power and can totally get these things down. Still showing otherwise prevent all damage to be dealt by enchantment. Okay. So my opponent going on the defensive now? My opponent is going on the defensive now. Okay. We'll stare at each other. That would be dealt by enchanted creature. Looks like my opponent's also drawing to nothing. Or at least hopefully drawing to nothing. Yay, nothing! Do I have something? Nothing. I guess I could just start holding my lands up. I'll never need this many lands. Hanging on by a thread, guys. Hanging on by a thread. I think the thread's about to get snipped. Snip, snippy? Scissors? Yeah. Those are some serious scissoring action. Scissor me timbers. I can just throw the Skyguard away, but I do have my Destroy Enchant. No, I'm probably going to use this guy, huh? Whatever, for now, I'm cool with it. I'll jump the next couple turns. Chosen! Kind of doesn't do anything, huh? I mean, I'm definitely playing it on my Traveling Philosopher. And another land. How's about it? How's about it? Alrighty. We's about to go down. Jump, jump. Arguable to want to jump with the Traveling Philosopher because I do have the remove enchantment spell, but then I get rid of the Observant Alseid anyway. Glimpse of the Sun God. Well, I'll get to stay alive and draw into and out. So that's not bad. Bummer I can't do it on my turn, try to get some damage in. Oh, I'm dead. Well, wasn't that just brutal? Just brutal. I still like how the draft went, even though gameplay was a pretty weak showing. I'm definitely going to keep drafting, so stay tuned. We'll go ahead and get a double-header draft posted this week, because I'm just so stoked on Drain the Nyx. It's also because I just finished finals, and I just want to spend all night drafting. So thanks for watching this far. Come on to the next one.